Atlantis. Was it real? And if so, where was it? By the end of the video, I'm going to try to answer both questions, so stick around. Before I get started, I just want to say that one of the theories I'm going to share near the end of the video is very convincing and could very well be the ancient site of Atlantis. What was Atlantis? Atlantis was a nation developed on an archipelago. Their technology was believed to be eons ahead of the rest of the world. The citizens were described as half god, half man, similar to the Half-Bloods from Percy Jackson. By all standards, the Atlanteans lived in a dream society. However, we all know what happened next. The Atlanteans became greedy and void of morals. For this reason, the gods decided to punish them for their actions. So, fires and earthquakes destroyed Atlantis, sending it to the bottom of the sea. For thousands of years, experts have debated the existence of such a society, so I'm going to share what they have discovered. First off, it's important to note that Atlantis' oldest recording was from Solon, a Greek, who claimed to have heard of Atlantis from the Egyptians. Nearly 200 years later, philosopher Plato listed another account of Atlantis in his Timaeus and Critias texts. Plato was alive over 2,000 years ago and claimed that Atlantis was already 9,000 years old. The actual age of Atlantis is undetermined, as this was the first telling of such a civilization. So now you know what it was and where the idea came from. Now, the next logical step would be to discover its location. Atlantis is one of the most mysterious locations, as nobody truly knows where it is. One of the most common locations it's believed to be is west of the Strait of Gibraltar, also known as the Pillars of Hercules. Another common belief is that the story of Atlantis was describing the ancient Minoans. The Minoans lived on the island of Santorini, which is located near Greece. This detail is ironic, as Plato lived in Greece, so information about the Minoans could have easily been accessible. The Minoans were known to be highly advanced in technology. Guess what happened to them? Here are a few options. A volcano wiped them out. Even though this isn't a flood similar to most tellings, Plato described the downfall of Atlantis as a cataclysmic disaster. This will definitely fall in line with Plato's description of Atlantis' fall. However, there is another theory that ties up all loose ends of the previous theories and has an enormous amount of evidence backing it. This is an image of the eye of the Sahara. Before I say anything, just look at it. The shape is nearly identical to the depictions of Atlantis. Also, it's approximately 25 miles across, easily making it large enough to house a large city. The center island has fresh water compared to the salty groundwater of the surrounding areas, making it suitable for human life. Another large factor in Atlantis is the flood. This location would make sense, as the ocean would have filled the lower rings, placing the city at sea level. This was the feature that made Atlantis an archipelago. An earthquake could easily have caused a tsunami large enough to take out an entire city near the ocean, making this theory even more realistic. If this wasn't enough, Paul Wagner claimed that boat oars and ship hulls were discovered there, which seemed like weird things to have lying around in the desert. Of course, there are many discrepancies, mainly including the fact that traces of structures have yet to be found. So, what do you think? Is Atlantis real or just an interesting story? Thank you so much for watching, and if you're interested, why don't you watch one of my videos about vampires or mermaids? Have a fantastic day.